Hi, second grade parents and students. I hope you had a good 4-day weekend and are ready for your fifth week of e-learning. Let's go ahead and get started and talk about what's going on this week. Reminder that we are doing check-ins every day. You can skip Monday and go straight to Tuesday this week. We have added our grading rubric right here for you to check to see how we are grading your students' assignments that are turned in. We go 100%, 85%, and 70%. To earn 100, they get fully completed assignment, few errors, and showing excellent effort in all related work and well organized. And then going from there, partially some assignments, some errors, showed good effort, and most of related work. So make sure you're checking that as we grade this week. Going into our very first assignment, we are going to act like Tuesday is a Monday and you're only having one assignment that whole day. So it's a multiplication hyperdoc where they're taking their problem-solving skills of multiplication from last week and applying it this week. After that, in reading for the rest of the week, it's just a 3-day week of reading. We are going to be focusing on setting in their mini book clubs. Miss Ritter is going to go through and start a new Magic Treehouse book, and we're going to talk about Jack and Annie's setting throughout there. So make sure you're watching each mini lesson, and you're also watching the read aloud because you're going to go through chapters 1 and 2. For the assignments, we've got an optional, after we watch mini lesson 7, they're going to be talking about the setting in chapter 1. And then their graded assignment in reading this week is going to be applying to their own book club series that they're reading on their own, talking about the setting. For writing this week, they are continuing working on their opinion writing in a letter form. But this week, we're really going to take writing and stretch it out. The students are going to be planning their writing across several pages. So when they upload their work this week, we actually want to see more than one page being used. And they're going to plan it out by just doing a little bit at each top. We do have Mrs. Leon's sample letter videos. Those are a good resource to look at first before your student starts their graded activity. And then after completing mini lessons 7 and 8, then they're ready to start working on their letter and uploading it to Seesaw for a grade. Continuing working with spelling list and practicing their spelling words. They have a spelling tic-tac-toe assignment under their activities tab that they need to upload their work they've been studying. In math this week, we're going to move on to division. Last week we talked about multiplication. Now we're going to use those same strategies and apply them to division. Using 3 strategies, we're going to be talking about repeated subtraction, equal groups, and using arrays again. So first they need to really watch the mini lesson over what division is, utilizing this anchor chart with the 3 strategies. And on Thursday, they are going to look at some problems and how they being solved using those strategies. On Friday, they're doing some independent practice, just like they did with multiplication, but they're using division this time. Again, that time they need to be in present mode to be able to play that game. Their graded activity this week is the same thing that they did last week, where they have a problem and they have to show the 3 different ways that they solved it using division. Their optional work this week is a practice page, and it's 3 different activities on one Seesaw assignment where they're taking a total number and they're having to actually divide up and physically move the object so the students see why we're dividing. In science this week, we're going to continue with adaptations, but not just animals this week. We're going to also talk about plants as well. Make sure they're watching the video. We have a time limit here, watching from 2:50 to 11:15, going to STEM Scopes and completing an assignment. And then for their graded assignment, they're going on to Seesaw to complete the plant and animal adaptations. For social studies this week, you are really focusing on regions. We've been talking about maps and globes and all those different kinds of things, continents and oceans. Now we're going to focus on the United States and we're going to talk about the different regions. Mrs. Ike went through and broke up each region that the students will watch and research. And then the students are going to pick one region that they identified with or really liked, and they're going to do their own research, and they're going to be able to go onto Seesaw and present their research. Don't forget they have some activities for specials that Mrs. Kiger, Miss Coombe, and Coach Wanya and Coach Omer have put together for them. Again, in each work to turn in spot, they have the rubric so that the students know the expectations of what is graded. I hope that you have a great week this week of e-learning. If you have any questions, please contact your child's teacher.